Oh my God, it's all gone.
I could not believe it. Not a single house was standing.
I was crying hysterically. Like I can't have lost everything. Everything you had is gone. What you had on that was that.
You're numb and shocked. In the first week, you can't even do anything.
We felt like we've lived many lifetimes in between the fire and today.
I'll never forget, it was one Saturday. My wife is so organized. She just had all these places written down that we're going to go. And the first place we looked at, I'll never forget, I sat out on the terrace there and I said, this is our home.
I came from Rome. I arrived in LA in 1992. I was supposed to be here for a week. And instead, I just fell in love with the city and I decided to stay. And it was nice. It was at a beautiful balcony right on Sunset. It was a nice place. Nothing fancy, but it was just mine. It was my place. It was like I was in heaven.
This was our home that since we've been married and created our life together.
We have a 9-year-old, and our penthouse is home to her. That's all she knows.
For me, it was the first place that we really planted roots pretty deep with both of our kids. And Altadena was kind of this spot that felt like we could be here for a very long time.
You never think that your house is going to be the one that gets burned down. Everybody was telling me, you can't go up there. Don't, you can't, you know, and I'm like, I got to know. So I drive up there.
This is my house. It's gone.
I just couldn't move. For 15, 20 minutes, I just cried. I bellowed. I just let it all go out.
I don't even remember what I was thinking because my memory was so scattered. Like, what do I do now? Where do I go?
We stayed 2 weeks in a shelter, and I think we were in a state of shock. I didn't realize how traumatized we were.
I didn't anticipate the amount of life admin work that would come with a disaster, like dealing with everything you've lost and all the memories and treasures that you can never get back that were only important to you, and then layer on the added stress of like, you need to fill out this paperwork, you need to speak to this person, and we're going to hand you off to this person and we'll get back to you.
We'll eat into all our sort of like cash flow in the sense that we just cannot afford to stay in LA, and we will be forced out during this rebuild until we go back because that's just way too expensive to stay here.
It's a 5-year setback for our family. We have a 9-year-old. She probably won't set foot back in the Palisades until she's 14. So that's sad, but it's life.
So the one across was my friend's apartment, and that was mine.
I've been talking to a therapist. I'm just not ready to go back to work. And I know that my employer would like me to, but he doesn't understand. I need a lot of healing, and they help you a lot.
We also had a really full, beautiful garden. Entire rose garden was decimated, and there were 2 tiny roses that survived. And I remember looking at that and was like, okay, I sort of saw it as a sign of hope, like amidst this destruction, there is still something that is resilient and I can make it. And so I really looked to that as like a symbol of hope.
see me? Like you can see me good. Let me. Hi, Kirsten. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good. Good to see you.
You too. Both of y'all.
Hi, cousin.
Hi.
So we're seated this far back. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that. Hold on. We're trying to get situated.
Sounds good.
How's your husband doing? That's Michael.
Yeah, right here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. And yourselves?
Doing
Good.
well.
That's good.
How's the daughter? I can't think of her name.
Kelani?
Yes, how's she doing?
She's right here. Come speak.
Hi, cousin.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing
Good.
well. Good to see you.
Good to see
I'm
you
your
too.
cousin Yolanda.
Nice to meet you.
You too. You're so pretty. Like your mom. You look like your grandma, your dad, your grandpa.
You hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to get started. Welcome to Facebook Live. We are here with our cousins, Kirsten and Michael Ramirez. I'm just going to read a little bit about those fires. I just wanted to read a little bit, try to get everybody to come on.
Okay.
And then I just want you and your husband just to have at it. Y'all just tell us whatever you want us to know.
Or what you
And,
been.
and then we'll ask you questions, and we're just here to talk. Okay. So Southern California was devastated in early 2025 by two catastrophic wildfires. The Palisades Fire, which consumed Pacific Palisades, and the Eaton Fire, which tore through Altadena, Pasadena, and surrounding areas. As communities struggle to recover, two major lawsuits have emerged, alleging corporate negligence and infrastructure mismanagement. A lawsuit filed by Los Angeles County, the city of Pasadena, and the Consolidated Fire Protection District of Los Angeles County alleges that Southern California Edison and its parent company, Edison International, are responsible for causing the Eaton fire due to negligent maintenance of electrical equipment. Now, I'm just going to stop there. And I just want to ask you, well, first of all, I just want to tell you how grateful I am to God that you are still here,
Mm-hmm.
That you're all still alive, It could have been worse. We know that. And so, and sometimes that can be easier said than done, but you all know that it could have been worse. Mm-hmm. But I'm so glad that you all are still here. You're still alive. And so many things happen to us. I haven't experienced your experience, but I'm going through a battle of my own health-wise. And sometimes things make you want to ask, why me? Mm-hmm. Why me? What did I do? I just told my sister, I said, what did I do? Mm-hmm. She said, you don't have to do anything. So anyway, again, we're glad you all are here. You're alive and you're well. That's the main thing. But anyway, I was also reading the other day that there were over 18,000 homes and structures that were, burned completely down. Over 29 people lost their lives. And The world watched.
Mhm.
We were all watching. We were all praying. We were all hoping, oh God, have mercy on our family. Have mercy on people that we'll never know. What did you all feel? Just tell us a little bit about what happened. Darlene Williams says, yes, we are grateful to God for preserving your lives. And yes, we are. Yes, we are.
You want to start? Or? I mean, you want to know from the beginning of how the fires.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, to sum it up, like, it was a normal day. It was a windy day. You know, I'm pretty good friends, and I talk to my daughter's, her friends' parents often. So I spoke to one parent, and she was like, well, I'm not sending my child to school today because it was so windy. But my daughter, Kelani, is happy-go-lucky. So she's like, I'm going to school. And I said, I'm going to take you. So I took her to school that day. It was super windy. When she got out of school, we had no lights. Okay, we're cool. We've been through Santa Ana's before. Lights came back on. We got started with cooking dinner and just normal stuff. We heard about a fire going on, but we really didn't know how much it would, and it was affecting us. So it was burning. The lights went out again around 6:30, and we sat there and we waited for it to come on, all in while watching this fire kind of slowly coming over the hill. But as a fire, because we've been through a few fires up there, it'll come over the hill, but then it'll go back. And it'll come over the hill and it'll go back. And the winds were terrible that day. Stronger than we've ever seen before, but we still didn't think anything of it. So it's 9-10 o'clock. Don't really know what's going on or what's going to happen. So we're just kind of watching it. I got a couple pictures together just in case, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
It was probably 1 o'clock? 12, around there, 1 o'clock. I told Michael, let's just lay down for an hour just to get some rest because we didn't know what to expect. Delani's tired. We may be going to school tomorrow or not, so I don't want to disrupt her evening because of we're taking care of everything else. And so we wake up. It's about 1:45. We got a good hour in of sleep. Kelani was still sleeping. But I went to the front door and I told Michael, come look at this because something doesn't look right about it. So he came to the front door and he looked and it was just like, So it was like, we didn't really know what to do, whether to gather stuff or not. Now, all this time we've been waiting on the east side of Altadena. About 7 o'clock on the 7th, they got notification to evacuate. But we're on the west side and it's 1-2 o'clock in the morning and we've heard nothing. There's no ambulance, no cops, no firefighters, no knocking on doors, not even blowing blowhorns. So when I told him to come look at what was going on, he went outside to kind of assess. And as any other person who's been through fires, he pulls the water hose out to start to kind of water the top of the house so that if embers are falling, because the winds are blowing hard, that at least maybe we can save something. So it's like within a blink of an eye, he turned around and the embers were coming at him like a hail of bullets. And, you know, in that aspect, you turn around, you think that you can catch them to stop them, but they were almost the size of between baseballs and softballs, just coming at us. So he was like, we got to go. We got to go. So I went in, I woke my daughter up. She was confused because she was in a good sleep.
Yeah.
We got in the car and we left. We got to my brother-in-law's house. I had been calling my dad the whole time, letting him know, Daddy, you should think about leaving. And this is prior to us leaving. Oh, baby, no, we good. You know, I've been through this before. You know how older men are. So it's just like, all right, stubborn. But you know, it's just the way it was. So once we were getting ready, when he said, let's go, I called my dad from the car and I was like, I'm out of here. Like, it's time to go. And this is about 2:15. So when I got a call back from my dad, he was getting ready to leave. It was about 2:45. By around 3 o'clock, my brother-in-law, he lives maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles away from us. He's closer to Pasadena border. But it was about 3 o'clock. Then we get the evacuation that we have to leave. And that was down there by him. But that was the only time we were told to evacuate. I happened to take my work computer because I'm like, we never really had to evacuate before. We weren't told to evacuate this time. But let me take my computer because I can get some work done tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, while we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Not knowing that, I mean, I'd have my computer and it's a blessing. I still have a job to work because I've been working from home for so long. But I never knew that I was going to actually be working like that.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know, when we left from my brother-in-law's house, to turn and look back over his house and see the mountain where we lived, to already know that it's gone by the way that the fire had come back over the mountain, because it was going back, but that shift in wind change, it's not anything I've ever seen before.
Wow.
Nothing I've ever seen before.
Wow.
Unheard of. I would never thought that in a million years.
Yeah.
That would have happened, because usually fires go uphill.
Right.
They rarely come down, but at the moment when that wind shifted south, I can see the dark smoke just covering the house, and that's when I was like, "Oh my goodness, like this is really happening!" Like it was really like surreal. It was like a movie.
That's what I was gonna say. The way Kirsten described it, it looked like something off of a sci-fi movie.
I can think of The Matrix. It was a movie. I haven't really seen the whole thing, but it was a part where they talk about the Matrix and they're going all around. Like that's what he looked like, dodging the embers, because the way they were coming at us.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, they was bouncing off the neighbor's roof across the street and coming in our yard. So I just tried to just hold them off until we got in the car and leave. I even told Kirsten to go ahead and go down to my brother's house. I'm gonna try to wet the house. And she was like, "I'm not leaving you." So I dropped the hose. And I said, let's go in the car, because I couldn't sacrifice their lives.
Right. Right.
Yep. So
I just, it's just unimaginable. I'm like, okay, so you all are witnessing all of this. What are you thinking even as you get in the car? I mean, can you see anything? Are you just driving? Do you see other? I mean, was there any like
at the time when we pulled out of our driveway, it was the black smoke, like you can really just see right in front of you. As we hit the main streets, you could just see a whole bunch of headlights, everybody just pulling off. It was just dark smoke. You seeing embers just starting to really fly down. And that's what really, like, I really feel like kicked the fire and made it worse than it really was the winds.
The winds.
Once you get winds and fire together is stop. And those embers, they were flying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were flying. So I mean, I just thank God that he was able to wake us up on time, because we didn't have vacation. And we could have easily been asleep during that time.
Right.
So
yeah,
it was just unheard of.
Your daughter, what was she thinking? I mean, did she have questions, and how is she even doing now?
She was confused.
Yeah.
At first, because we just woke her up, so she was in a deep sleep. So when we said we gotta go, she's just like, huh, okay. So we get in the car and we go, but she's never been through anything like this. She took it like a trooper. Yeah. Our children, I believe, nowadays are a lot more resilient than we were.
Yeah.
Because to start out, they've been through COVID. We've never had anything like that.
That's right.
The world shut down, to have to work on computers. I mean, when we were coming up, we didn't have computers like that.
Right.
We didn't have cell phones like that. So, I mean, she had her moments, but by the grace of God, and I'm not saying it in this manner, but she wasn't the only one that went through it.
Right.
Our neighbors behind us are her classmates
and
softball sisters. So it I don't know. God orchestrates the things that he orchestrates in the way that he orchestrates them. So the way everything was set up, it wasn't set up really for the bad, but it was set up to where, she could cope. We as parents can cope because, we can talk to other softball families. We can talk to our neighbors. My daughter's school burned down. So not only does she have her softball sisters, but her classmates to have somebody to talk to about the different things that, happened to them in their lifetime. So it's been a blessing to have that type of help.
Right.
Around.
And you said the word resilient. That is very resilient, like you even described, and I never thought of it. We never went through a COVID before, but our kids have, and they had to adjust. They had to, like you said, they had to learn how to go to school online. I remember seeing a big school bus parked in the middle of a neighborhood. Someone came up with this brilliant idea. Okay, well, the kids will do school from a school bus.
And no, they said there too for the internet.
Yeah, for the internet.
For
Exactly.
In the neighborhood could have internet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, right. So our kids are being very resilient through a lot of things that we probably wouldn't have handled well, as adults. But then I look at you two are resilient too. I don't know how I would handle that. I was thinking yesterday, you think about your homes. Your homes is just, that's your livelihood. That's where everything happens, basically, is in the home. And I was thinking, man, when your house burns down, you can't even go back and get a favorite pair of jeans. How did you guys manage all of that? How are you? And I know it's only by the grace of God. And this is the time where you really love on each other and you gain strength for one another. So I know that's how you're getting through this. But tell us a little bit of how are you managing so well? Just to look at you two, it don't look like you've gone through anything. But that's just the grace of God.
That's what it is. We have God on our shoulders, so he's pushing us through. Yeah. And, family members, friends, a lot of people we know. We was born and raised in Altadena, so everybody we know, is feeling it right now. And they reaching out, and it's just having the support, just to even talk, to have conversation. Like a lot of my friends, oh man, I don't know what to do for you. I don't know. Like, just call me, talk to me. Like that's what I need sometimes. Sometimes I need to vent. You know. Also, I coached my daughter's softball team. Getting out there, just seeing the girls just play, just have some kind of normalcy in life. Yeah. And because we don't get a chance to go back to our home. But like I told my daughter, you guys are creating this new trend. New tradition. This is your family. This is going to be the first generation in this house. So we got to try to just stay positive and keep moving forward. It's tough because, we didn't grab too much of nothing. Right. Wedding photos, pictures, our video from the wedding, all my high school and growing up pictures. And just everything is just gone. So I just try to just stay positive for my family. And I just get that from the support and everything we've been getting from everybody.
Yeah. When Phyllis mentioned this tonight, doing this tonight, I was like, I'm up for it. I really wish I had the means to just say, here, go build you another one. You know what I'm saying? But when she said, let's try to do something, I'm like, I'm up for it. So I'm asking all of you, our friends, and Phyllis probably got over 3,000 friends on Facebook. You might only know about 20 of them. And if you see them in Walmart, they don't speak at the time. But anyway, we're asking y'all to please help us. We have it right here on the screen.
Either they, if they have their information too,
they exactly. Their information. They can do that at the end. To them. Yeah, you guys can give your information at the end, but we have our ways to give through the Vibrant City Church. We can text to give. So
we'll make sure that all of it is given to them. Or either Kirsten, you guys can give us some information if you have a way that people can give and give to you all.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever we can do.
A lot of prayer. That's what's going to push us through.
It is. It is.
And let me ask a question. How many, because I know, how many family members lost their homes as far as the Norwoods? I mean, you know,
Our
Michael,
families.
our family.
So it was Pam and Julius,
Mhm.
me, my dad. So that's 3.
Okay.
Just 3 of them. The Norwood.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think just 3. I
I
could
knew-
be wrong. I could be wrong. I know Andrew didn't lose his. Juanita's son,
Okay.
he was with Pam then. He didn't, but he was evacuated or supposed to evacuate.
Yeah, supposed to. Andrew said, I ain't going nowhere.
Because it was further down. But I mean, we're all affected
Yeah.
because
Right.
we're family, you know. And
Right.
if you, I know y'all know, like I know, when it comes to family in your home, your house is my house.
Right,
My house
exactly.
is your house. So
Right.
it's not like he and I lost our house, you know.
Right.
Our family lost our house. Because
Exactly.
where we gonna gather like we used to.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's nothing like that. I want to just go back. I know people ask me all the time about like, how do you not like lose it? But what they don't understand is I got Big Mama,
Mhm.
I got Desmay,
Right.
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 I got Peachy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I got all of them to stand on because their prayers went up first
Mhm.
years ago before we went through anything.
Right.
So I know that for me, that my background, knowing that and where I come from, I can't do nothing but move forward
Move forward.
and move on from it. It's not
It
that it
is.
doesn't hurt, but
Mhm.
I know that it's there's something greater.
Right.
That's something
Something
greater.
greater.
Reminds me of the scripture that says all things work together for the good. And sometimes you be like, huh?
Mhm.
How is this going to work together for my good?
Mhm.
But if he said it, it's
Mhm.
going to happen. You're going to see it, you know, that, hey, okay, I didn't know how this was going to turn out. You know, I actually lose my whole home, but then
Mhm.
look what, you know, else happened after this. So we do, Kirsten, you're so right. We're standing on the prayers of our mothers, our grandmothers. You know, they prayed for us. They didn't know
Yeah.
what was going to happen in our
I
lives.
forgot Daisy. I forgot to say
Uh-huh,
Daisy.
Yes, they
But
prayed.
I mean, you know where I'm coming from.
Oh, yeah.
As far as where we come from.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
So are you all looking to rebuild? Are they?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They ain't getting us that easy.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Oh,
And I didn't know, when I would visit LA, I didn't really go a lot to Pasadena and Altadena, but when I did go, I didn't realize it had so much history until all of this happened. And I'm like, man, they had all these big libraries, all these big, just a lot of information. I'm like, man,
Yeah, we're a hidden gem.
history.
like we just started getting sidewalks up there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We're a country. It was country town.
Yeah. Yeah.
We still have horses. The men, you know, in the mornings can still ride their horses down to the coffee shop. That still they can hook their little horse up, get their coffee, and ride on back ride on back home.
Who would want to live like that? That you know, that would be just something for little kids to see. Like, man, he's on a horse. He's riding through the town. And yeah.
How long did your parents live out there, Kirsten? Because you
50 plus years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they got married in 71. So I think they moved. I think they moved there in 73.
Wow.
73.
And Michael, what about your siblings, your family? How are they all doing, and how are they adjusting to this new life?
Well, they're hanging in there. Where my brother's staying is where I grew up at, down the street where the house we went to. That house was fine. My grandmother's house, which was up the street from there, that one was cool because they lived on the west side of Lincoln. So pretty much everything on that survived, but they're still dealing with the smoke issue and trying to get the insurance to cover the cleanup, and they jumping through hurdles themselves just dealing with that part.
Yeah.
But overall, they've been there supporting us. Like anything we need, they asking like, "Hey, where can they help?" They can't wait for us to get, you know what I'm saying, get a spot where they can start help. They ready to start building themselves.
Yeah.
It's just, the support has just been, it's been amazing. It's been awesome.
Amazing.
Go ahead, Michael. Finish.
My dad had just moved from here. He was born and raised in Altadena. And when he heard about it, he broke down like, man, the city's gone. So he's been talking to some of his friends he was raised with and playing baseball with and everything. They're like, man, this street is gone. This one's wiped out. Like, I remember we did this. So, I mean, it's like, you hate to hear that it's gone, but it kind of brought them together to bring back memories and stuff like that. So.
I remember seeing some of the homes in Pacific Palisades, and I'm just like, how did this happen? You know, how did it happen?
Yeah.
You know, just one day you just come home and the whole town is gone. I mean, just gone. Just unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah.
So, Kirsten, what are some of the things that, like, when I think about everything getting burned, and which I probably could ask my son because he's in insurance, but how do you get your information? What is the process of finding out, like, your policies? You know, like everything got burned, you know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we're in a new age where everything's online too.
Okay.
So as far as getting your policies and stuff like that, you can kind of get that online. You know, I have a family member that's in insurance who helped us get started, as well as my dad, to kind of get the ball rolling. So that,
and you don't have to tell anything personal. I just kind of want to know, because I think about it. You know, like my policies and everything is at home. The house should get burned down. How would you? And now, since this fire, they telling you like to put stuff away, and you know.
Yeah. That, and then like keeping a file maybe in the cloud or something like that. I mean, it's like you just never know, because I mean the internet can go out. So then you don't have access to your policies anyway. No, you know what? I don't know. I mean, just
safe deposit
access
boxes
to it.
too. You can take stuff. I say you can go to the bank too and put stuff in safe deposit boxes. So
you can, but even in that aspect, I'm afraid to do that too, because we had a safety deposit box, and it wasn't up until last week that we found out the safety deposit box was okay, because the bank that we had it in burned. So we heard that, you know, they're supposed to be strong enough to withstand fires, but then we've also heard you never know. So we'll have to go to our safety deposit box because it's been moved somewhere else, just to check it to see if what we had in there is still there. So I mean, is it really good to keep it there? You know, it's like you never know where to keep it, never know what to put it.
And just like you were saying about the computers, the internet can go out. I mean, just make you kind of think like, what do I need to be doing? You know, just like it caught you all off guard, the same thing can happen to us. You know, what do we do in situations like this?
Now, I had a small safe that I had the deed to my dad's house in. I hadn't moved ours in there, but it had some of the few essentials that we needed.
Oh, good.
But it was one of those things, like you said, caught off guard. You don't know to go grab that in a time like this. Because like I said, I was going to just work the next day.
Yeah.
Be away from the house, you know.
Yeah.
Just do some work to pass the time. Like I didn't know that grabbing this was going to be something essential that we needed, because it had our social security cards in there.
Right.
You just don't know. So it's not like you can't always just prepare for something like this.
Right.
Because it's not in your lifetime. It's not guaranteed it's going to happen.
Right.
Just like the Spanish flu that they had 100 years ago. Then we got Corona.
Yeah.
Like, you know, not all of our people got to see that. So you can prepare only so much.
That's true.
You can only prepare. And then us going through this, there's resources out there. So there was a disaster resource center. So for those that lost their social security card, you can go there and just get your social security card again. They'll mail it back to you. Passport services, all that was free. If you needed the deed to your house, you go there and they print it up for you.
Wow.
So they make it to where you can get everything you need to move forward and survive. It's just that not always, because you're going through this, do you think that, oh, I forgot this burned, or I forgot this flew away, or whatever the disaster may be. But they make it to where you can access what you need. So it's not like you're just lost with nothing. I mean, at the time it's happening, you may be lost because of everything traumatic you've gone through. So you don't just think about the things that are a necessity. But they make it to where you can get the things that you need. Like, it's made available. So that part, so people don't, like, I'm not trying to fear monger or be afraid because, oh, if this happens and I don't have access. No, they provide stuff for you.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can have a peace of mind, and they're super friendly, super helpful.
Right.
And because they know that you're going through something.
Right. And it's no time for nobody to have an attitude.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
And one thing that it was interesting to me going through this with the disaster center we went through, a lot of the volunteers went through it too.
Yeah.
So if you sit down and be nice and talk to them, they'll tell you their story.
Yeah.
Give you a little background of what they went through and kind of guide you in a way that it makes sense to you down the road. But right now you're so confused and like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But you'll go back to like, I remember I spoke to such and such, and this is what they told me. And it could be just going through all the paperwork that they give you. You need to go through because you need to do this. You need to have this lawyer. You need that. You know what I mean? But one piece of paper may spark that what you got from that resource that you got from that person. So it's not like we're just people out there helping you out and have never been through it. A lot of the volunteers have gone through it themselves.
Gone through it. Wow. It's so important. You just see that people, we really need each other. We really do. And it's just beautiful to hear you say how you can go and get your Social Security card, or you can go and get this, and you can go and get that. And like I said, and this is no time for no attitude. So, I mean, this is just time. And I do see a lot of resilience in people. Even when this was happening, you saw a lot of celebrities, a lot of churches helping. I think I remember Bishop J. Drew Sheard. He's one of he's the main bishop over the Kojic, Church of God in Christ. And they were saying, I think he had flown out to California, and he raised, I believe they say he raised over 300,000 or more, over 500,000 in just a couple of hours. Wow. That was just from people, being the hands and feet of Jesus. This is what we're required to do, is be the hands and feet of Jesus, especially in times like this. Darlene said it sounds like it went so much smoother than the process with the Hurricane Katrina survivors.
Well, I'm sure they learned from all that,
Right.
Everybody,
Right.
Yeah.
And then they didn't really have a lot of, when the Hurricane Katrina, technology wasn't as prevalent as it is now. So it's a lot of smart people. They were smart back then, but I'm saying it's now more prevalent than it was back then.
And they probably learn a lot from that too, like being able, you got your Hall of Records where they keep everything on record and on file. They've been doing that for centuries.
Years, yeah.
But it's good to know.
It is. It is. Well, what about your mental? How's that doing day to day? Your emotions, how do you handle that?
Man, it's an emotional roller coaster. Like I tell everybody, 1 minute I'm cracking jokes, having fun, and then sometimes when you just get by yourself, you just start thinking, and tears will be running down your eyes, and you don't you understand why, but you like, man, I can't just control it. So the thought will be there, and I figure it's gonna be like that for a while. So what I do is just try to surround myself with positive people.
Yeah.
And people that just allow me to be me, because they know who I am. I like to tell jokes. I like to laugh. I like to talk sports. So they try to just keep my mind, you know what I'm saying, focused on stuff that I need to be focused on, rather than, you know what I'm saying, just harping on it, on the negative, because something positive is going to come out.
It is. It already have. You always, your lives were spared. That's one. That's the most important. Something good is going to come out of it every day. Every day you're going to see some, a little sprinkle here, sprinkle there of God every day.
And we got a lot of praying people around us too.
Yeah.
It's not like just praying, laying hands on you all the time. We got a lot of people that pray for us from afar.
Right.
Do we? You know what I mean? So that helps mentally.
Yeah.
Focus, because prayer, I mean, it'll get you through anything.
It really will.
A peaceful mind, a sound mind, you know. So we got a lot of praying people around us, and laughter, like you said.
Yeah.
Laughter will do it, because, you know, tell you
laughter is like a medicine.
Just like I told him, I was hungry one day, and I said, I just bought that, you know. So you gotta laugh.
Yeah, I just bought it.
I just got that, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And it's gone. So you gotta laugh at that. You have to.
Yeah.
Because you can't get it back.
You can't get it back.
So a lot of laughter. And then laughter is good.
So
some people always think that, you know, and you know us as a family, we've had a lot of loss. So we experienced a lot of grief. But I was hearing Michael when he was talking about how you feel. Sometimes everything is not death, but it's still a grieving process. It's a loss. Grief is not always death. It could be the loss of a job, loss, like a loss of a home, you know. And so, and it's good to cry.
It is.
It is. You know,
and then sometimes you cry so good, you be like, "Why am I crying?"
Yeah,
so it's the release.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is,
and it's good. It is good, like you said. It's the release.
And you two are an example for your daughter. I know she's watching you and your husband. I know she is. And Michael, let me tell you, kudos to the strong Black brother that stands with the woman. I'm telling you, we need y'all. You got a good one, you hang on to him. So I praise God for you, Michael.
Thank you.
And being there for my cousins, you know, and there for you too. I'm just saying it's good to have, the Black man.
Yeah.
So how do we rebuild? What are you all thinking about doing, and how long do you think it's gonna be?
Well, I mean, they said, talking to the insurance, well, thank God, first of all, that our insurance people have been pretty on point. They've been communicating with us like almost bi-weekly, letting us know what's going on. So I'm hearing some horror stories that insurance companies aren't even reaching out.
Yeah.
So thank God on that. So we taking care of that first. And we got to do that before we get FEMA, and then FEMA do their part. And then we got to get architects and find construction people. So they said roughly around like 3, maybe 4 years max that they take to rebuild. Wow. But I mean, it all depends like what avenue we going. We looking at certain avenues that may be a little bit shorter than that.
Yeah.
And it'd be more sturdy for like fire type stuff. We just got to make sure the permits is cleared and all that good stuff. But our main focus is rebuilding. So anything we getting, that's what it's going towards. So that will get our home back in Altadena and help rebuild the city back to, something that my daughter can say, hey, we built this. Maybe we get lucky and get a store in the town or something like that. And be a staple.
I can tell you guys don't want to move. Y'all don't want to come to Bakersfield? We right up the street. No, y'all like where you stayed.
But Bakersfield and Altadena is not too much different, especially the Bakersfield I remember. It's all built up now, but we got chickens, we grow stuff. I had a garden like my granddaddy, Like,
Mhm.
you know, so it's still country.
Right.
It's like, but this is all we know. It's our city. It's
Yeah.
our town. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, you couldn't sell us on anything else.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I done coached generations of football, baseball, played there. You know, I couldn't see nothing less but help the city rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys, do you guys have a GoFundMe or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a GoFundMe.
Okay, so maybe you can give us the information or put it up where it'll come up, and if anybody wants to,
Oh, yeah, I don't know how to put it here.
our cousins and family member and friends want to donate, because I know you guys, you know, living in and out of hotels, and you know, it's different when you displaced from your
Not
home.
at home. There's
Well,
no
I mean,
place like
yeah,
home.
but we've been blessed. We had one of Michael.
We can't hear you, Kirsten. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
You
No,
can't.
we can't hear you.
No.
Still can't know.
No, sir.
Tell her to go out and come back in.
He said, go out and come back in. No, she said she can't hear us either. Wow.
Carrington will be okay.
Come on.
Hold on just a second.
Hold on. Come on, Lord.
Oh, she can hear us?
But we can't hear her.
Can you hear us now, Kirsten? No.
No.
Carrington?
Oh, okay. Seemed like I just heard her. Seemed like I heard the computer or something.
Now?
Okay,
Yes,
yes, we can hear you now.
Girl, don't go nowhere.
See? We need them.
Child.
Yes, we need them. I'm telling you, I'm going to hate when Carrington move out of this house because I don't know what I'm going to say.
That was her all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I was going to say this before I forget. If you all ever just want to take a drive, you want to come up here and eat, I cook pretty good.
I know.
You're more than welcome to come at any
Thank you.
time. Our house is your house. And we don't
Thank
have a
you.
whole bunch, but we have enough to share.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Yes,
you.
I mean that from my heart.
Thank you.
So, Kirsten, you were going to say something?
No, we have a GoFundMe. I just don't know how to put it in here.
Oh, okay.
It's under your name. I can send it to you. I mean, or I can also send it to Carrington if you want me to do that. If that will
Yes.
work.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can share the link. Okay.
Okay.
But no, you have anything?
No, I just want to say thank you guys for just giving us the opportunity to even tell our story because, like I said, it's been a whirlwind. Like we haven't even had a chance to even think to sit down and really like cope and understand what really happened because right off the back we had to call insurance, call this, call it. Like we haven't had a chance to really sit down and take a breath yet.
Right.
I'm sure.
So, I mean, I thank God I didn't lose my job. I'm able to keep that going. I can still pay for the plot of land that we have to pay for. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Insurance is helping us out as far as the living situation and stuff. Like I said, they've been real cool with us. Our insurance people have been real cool. Thank God. So,
That's a
It
blessing.
really is. It really
because I could
is.
just that was my fear is just having to deal with that part on top of losing the home. And I
Yeah.
can see when people go through that, I can see how you could just throw in the towel. Like, you know what? You know, you don't want to keep jumping through hoops and hurdles and still have emotional feelings stored up in you that you want to release.
Exactly.
But you're so worried about everything else.
Yes.
Right.
So I mean, it's been a blessing in the avenue that we've been dealt. So I mean, it's only God.
Only God.
That's it.
Only God.
So I mean, He's allowing us to push through. Like even when I went back to work, they was like, "Man, how are you like having a smile on your face and you just lost everything?" It's like, that's me. Like I can't change me. He made me.
That's just you.
So that's who I'm gonna be. Like I'm not gonna change because you know what I'm saying. Like I've been a giving person. Like I tell everybody that's giving me stuff now, like, man, it's hard for me to tell you what I want and what I need because I'm so used to giving and giving and giving.
Right.
You know, and I don't know, like now it's my turn to just accept and receive it.
Right. And it is kind of hard to do that when you've always, you know, been the giver. And then when it comes your time to receive, it is kind of hard.
We got you're saying I'll donate.
Somebody is already saying they'll donate.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just
thank you.
And so okay, Carrington got the information.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's www.gofundme.com. I want to make sure I'm just reading it to you guys. F. Ramirez family, home loss in fire. Okay, so he has the information.
Thank you guys so much.
And then if I know we had the Vibrant Cities information up, if we should get something through the Vibrant City, I'm sure Darlene will make sure that it'll, you know, get to where it's supposed to go.
Okay.
And the Vibrant City is going to be part of giving also the church. I already spoke with Darlene.
Thank you.
We're going to be a part of that too.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. It's in these times when, you know, we need each other. Really need each other. But I appreciate you both for coming on here and just sharing your story. I know it's not easy. And like I said, if we didn't share our stories,
nobody would
know because God keeps us looking so well. You know, He's looking so good. You two don't look like anything, you know, is going on. But He keeps us looking good. He keeps us going, keep us cracking jokes. Cracking a joke in your house, and not the whole house, but the whole city.
Yeah.
And Darlene, Pastor William is saying, yes, we will.
Thank you.
We will donate.
Yes. So,
yes.
We're asking all our cousins. It's a lot of us, family members. Kirsten just put up their GoFundMe. Is it website, a page?
Thank you. Yes.
And I want to donate something every month. It might not be, but $10 a month. You know what I'm saying? Just something. I just want
to see.
Yeah, I just want to do something.
No,
we appreciate it.
Yeah,
we do.
Even just the loneliness of your platform, just to tell the story. That's
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'll tell you one thing that you have to deal with. It's kind of a little bit of a negative, but I found humor out of it because my dad had a security system at his house, right? So all this time, you know, it's been 2 months. I'm like, oh Lord, Daddy, we need to call the ADT to cut them off. He said, baby, I already did. And they said, I'm gonna have to pay them $800. Because the materials, you know, the system that they put out. I said, Daddy, if I could find that system, I sure send it back to them. They can have it all. Do they want the dark ashes or the lighter ashes? Whichever one they want, they can have it.
Right.
You know, but you have to find humor out of it because there is a lot of negative. But it's just, it's funny.
Everybody looking for something.
It's funny. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You could have told them that's going to be a part of, I'm going to put that in the claim. When I file the claim, I'll file the system.
I mean, if they, like I told my dad, if they really want it, they can go dig for it.
Right.
We need help.
They're not going to do that.
We're looking to rebuild anyway, so we need some help. You know, we want to get started quicker than now, you know, as opposed to later. So come on and help.
Right.
You know? But you have to find humor in it because you don't want to sit there and you just get to thinking on it and it's like, man, you know, the things that we have gone through. But no, we've been blessed.
Yeah. Somebody Janine is saying, when it first happened, you heard about the losses every day, but to see this tonight, that these clear families are still displaced, glad to see they can still smile.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you know, it's only God. It's only God and the support of people. You know, support of people. And you mentioned your dad. How is your dad?
He's doing well. I got to see him today. It's not like it used to be. I used to see him every day, you know, because we were 3 minutes apart. So stopping by his house would be what we do every day. Now, that's one thing my daughter did take hard when his house burnt. She couldn't be there. She saw it one time, and that one time was enough. She had to go because she used to going over there and seeing her papa every day.
Right.
But I mean, I got to see him today. Like I said, we don't get to see each other as often because he's displaced in San Bernardino.
Okay.
So we're in South Pasadena. So it's a way. It's a good hour 15 between us. So yeah, but he's doing well.
I didn't hear you.
Oh no, I said he's doing well.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Pastor Williams says if anyone donates through the Vibrant City Church, please make sure that you specify the Ramirez family. Yes.
Thank you.
Make sure you specify the Ramirez family. Hopefully we can get Pam and Julius on here. When the fires first happened, I got a message from Pam, and she said, we lost our home in the fire. And I'm like, this is not my cousin Pam. This is Pam. And I said, so I wrote back, I said, is this really Pam? And she said, yeah, this is really Pam. Oh, my heart just dropped.
Yeah, because they were below us. But we found out, so I guess it would be because their childhood home burned. Because where Pam lived, they were 2 doors down. So their house burned. So they found out before we found out ours was gone. Because Pam's was gone there too. So it was Andy's childhood home, Andy and Nikki.
Wow. Yeah.
Their childhood home was gone. So that is 4. It was 4 families, affected in some way. But yeah, theirs went first. And I would never would have thought. The way that it just the way it moved through the neighborhood, you never would have thought. Never.
Do you guys still smell the smoke, and do you still smell all of that?
Especially with the rains and the wind, stuff like that, and they starting to clear some grounds and stuff.
Wow.
Yep. It's probably going to be a while before that really gets out of the air.
Yeah.
And then I was just reading a little bit about everything, the history. I mean, a little bit of the effects that it has had, the taxes, and just all kinds of stuff. It affected a lot. People lost homes, and then what was that? That I had read about the tax. The taxes was having it was costing millions. I think they said like 30 million. Just a lot. It just affected.
I mean, in the end,
yeah.
It's going to be a lot.
Yes.
Well, again, we're not gonna hold y'all much any longer. Just again, we're just glad you're here. We're just glad that God spared your lives.
Yes,
and it is for a reason. We don't know the ways of God. We can't, figure him out, but we still see the goodness. In some of the most traumatic things that we've gone through in our lives. Like I said, I'm battling a health problem, but I still see God's goodness every morning, and I can't do anything but say, God, I thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it says real estate losses from the fire may top at 30 billion. At the end.
That was from property taxes, huh? Because of what the losses of the property. I think I heard something about that too.
Yeah.
Because they have, for most of the people, deferred the property taxes. Because there's you don't have the structure. Now you still have to pay taxes because they want their money.
Right.
But they, you know, it's not what it was before.
Because you don't have
because we don't have the structure, but we still have to pay the land, you know,
right,
the land taxes. So yeah, they've lost, but I mean,
well, we're not gonna hold you guys all night.
I just want to close out in a word of prayer. Is that okay?
Absolutely, absolutely.
God, we thank you. We thank you for tonight, oh God. We thank you for our cousins yet being in the land of the living, yet being able to smile and to crack jokes and to talk. Oh God, we thank you for sparing their lives, oh God, and not only their lives, but the other people, oh God, that the lives you spared, oh God. And we pray for those family members that lost family members, that you be the comfort, oh God, give them the peace that passes all understanding, oh God. And even in this situation, we don't understand it, oh God, but we still see your hand in it. So we're going to continue to give you the praise, the glory, and the honor, because we know that we're going to be able to look back one day and say, you know what? God did this and it was good in our eyes. Oh God, we thank you. We ask that you continue to be their guide and strength, oh God. We ask that you continue to be the wind in their backs to keep them going forward, oh God. When they want to get down, it's okay. It's okay if they cry. It's okay if they ask why, but we don't want to stay there, oh God. Let us just get up and keep moving forward, oh God. We ask that you bless our children, oh God. Keep them strong during these times, things that they don't even understand, oh God, but keep them strong, oh God. And oh God, we just thank you for your goodness on tonight. We thank you, oh God, for this platform, oh God. We thank you for platforms that reaches all around the world, oh God. We ask him tonight that when our cousins go to their GoFundMe, and they'll be so surprised to see how many people have poured into this cause. And oh God, we'll continue to give your great name the praise, because you are good in every situation. You are good, and we thank you. We praise you on tonight, and we thank you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And so we'll be reaching back out to you. Probably not through this platform, but we'll let you know if somebody donate through our church, and we'll make sure you all get it.
No, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. You all have a wonderful night.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Love you all.
Good night. Love you too.
Okay.